You talk about the new models. This
Yes.
is one of them. You're really expanding the Prius brand. I mean, Prius has clearly caught on in the U.S. and globally. You're taking it much further.
Yes.
Bigger Priuses, much different Priuses. Why the choice to expand the Prius brand?
Well, I think the important part is if you look at Prius as it started in the U.S., it was really an early adopter brand. I mean, in the very beginning, a good year for us was 20,000 Prius.
And now?
Now, this last year, we're about 140,000. So as this vehicle's become mainstream, it's more important for us to target different vehicles to different buyer categories. So you look at the current Prius, it will still appeal to a broad range of people. It's a 50 mile per gallon vehicle. But we heard from a number of customers they needed something a little bit larger. That's where Prius V came in.
It's still a hybrid.
Still a hybrid, 60% larger interior size, more cargo room, but still gets 40 miles per gallon.
Is there a risk that you spread the Prius brand too thin? It is so iconic, so recognizable right now for the one model that it is.
I think what's important is that we understand what the DNA of Prius is. Prius is about technology, it's about high mileage, it's about low emissions. So as long as we continue to offer all of the models within that DNA, I think we're going to be fine. Prius C is an example of the concept vehicle. Very, very similar. That's probably going to be a vehicle that's going to be in the mid-50s in terms of MPG, as well as a vehicle that will be the lowest price of all the Prius models. It's going to be able to open up Prius to younger buyers.
What about Toyota's outlook overall on electric vehicles? We talked about it last year. There's such a focus on it this year. The Volt winning car of the year. You've got the Nissan Leaf. You've got more and more electrics hitting the market, and new CAFE standards in this country are going to call for them. Last year we heard from a Toyota executive who was rather skeptical on electrics in the long run. What's your take on electrics now?
Well, I don't think there's going to be any one solution. So I think in our case, our core is still going to be hybrids and Prius. But we're also going to have plug-in electrics with a RAV4 that we're working in conjunction with Tesla, as well as a small city EV. It's about 60-mile range with the IQ.
Is there, Jim, honestly just too much hype about electrics right now? Because the cost is still very high, especially considering the unemployment rate in this country and the average income of people in this country. Batteries are expensive, and they don't last as long as a lot of people would like them to.
I think there are a lot of challenges with batteries today. Number one is the infrastructure. I'm not sure if the infrastructure is in place to support a lot of batteries in a lot of different communities. And I think the other thing is people are going to be anxious about range on electric vehicles.
So is that why Toyota's going this route?
Yeah, I mean, we think, quite frankly, I think that plug-ins are going to be the best solution. So if you look at the plug-in that we're going to bring to market in 2012.
Plug-in hybrids.
Plug-in hybrids. We're going to bring to market in 2012. It's about a 13-mile range. The average commute for an American is 11 miles. So provided you can plug in at your office, the average person commuting back and forth is going to have an EV vehicle anyway, and then have the ability to have it turn into a normal hybrid.